Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ashley, and in this video, I am taking a chunky knit tutorial that I made and breaking it up into 3 parts where I show you how to start and finish a blanket, how to do the burn method to join your yarn, and as well as a purl stitch. Now, if you're watching these short clipped tutorials, I actually have this exact blanket from the start to the finish on a full in-depth tutorial on my YouTube channel. So go check that out if you want to make this exact blanket for yourself. Also, do not forget to hit that like and the subscribe button to watch other future tutorials that I will be doing with chunky knit blankets, as well as other items that I do in my small business. So in this video, I'm going to be doing the purl stitch that's going to give the blanket a raised look. Now that I completed row 8 and 9, we're going to go into the purl stitch. And I'm going to cross that off on my pattern sheet. And then how you do the purl stitch is you just simply flip the blanket over. And then as you can see, this is actually what the purl stitch will look like. That's kind of the back side of the blanket. So then what I'm going to do is I am just going to take my yarn in the direction where I'm going to go, which in this case is from the right to the left. And then this last loop right here, you want to make sure that you take that yarn and put it underneath that front loop, and it's kind of hard to see your loops, so be a little careful. I kind of like to flip them out to kind of see where my loops are. As you can see, I'm finding the loops and kind of trying to show you where they are. So with this first one, again, you want to make sure that yarn, your working yarn, goes under the loop, and then you pull that through like you would a regular stitch. So I'm going to go to my next one, find my loop, and pull under like a regular stitch, same as the next one. And this is how you do your purl stitch. Now again, you just want to make sure that you find those loops. They can be kind of hard to see because they kind of fall underneath the blanket when you flip it over. You can see that this right there is the purl stitch, and then you have your loop. So again, making sure that purl stitch on the bottom that you can see is always on the bottom, and then you find your loop above that. Hopefully that made sense. That's the best way I can describe it, but as you can see, I find my loops, make sure that line is on the bottom, and then I just pull through each loop. Okay, now that we are done with row 10, we're going to go into row 11. We are still in a purl stitch row, which means we're not going to flip the blanket back over. We're going to keep it from the back side, and I'm just going to do a regular knit on the back side. That again creates the purl stitch. So we're going to continue with this row 11 with the purl stitch, but you don't do anything special. You just knit like a regular stitch. And then when we're done with this row, we're going to flip it over, and you'll be able to see what I mean by that creates a purl stitch. Okay, so we are heading towards the end of this row, and I just want to say that I am voiceovering after I had made the blanket, and my son is in the other room playing on his game kind of loudly, so I'm hoping that you don't hear him in the background to where it's like such a huge distraction from what I'm trying to say. But anyways, we are going to flip this blanket. Now you see that there are like two regular knits that create that purl stitch. So once we flip it over, you can kind of see that purl stitch has a raised look, the same look that you see when you flip the blanket over and it's the back. Hopefully that made sense. So we're gonna continue this blanket, and like the usual, we're gonna make sure that that working yarn goes towards the back as we're gonna pull through to make sure that we're not gonna unravel and skip a loop because or skip a stitch because that's what it's gonna happen if you don't. Um, and then we're just gonna regular knit. We're gonna find our loops and pull through for this row. So again, that is what the purl stitch looked like. Again, I say it gives like a raised look, but it really just consists of flipping the blanket back and forth and then just doing regular stitches. So I'm gonna head to the next color and show that one more time. So once we get done with those two rows of regular knits, then we are going to flip this blanket over to incorporate that purl stitch. Again, when you go to your first loop in this row, please make sure that your working yarn goes around to the back side of that loop. That way you are not going to unravel and skip that loop and that stitch. So again, find that first loop, have that working yarn go around it and pull through, and that loop will be secure. Now we are going to do these rows, which is 19 and 20 for the purl stitches. Again, I always, for the next couple of loops, I like to kind of flip them over so I can see them clearly and making sure that I am not going to miss a loop or not do it correctly. So, just make sure that you are finding that loop, making sure that that purl stitch is on the bottom and your loop is on the top before you pull through. Now that we are finished with those 2 rows, I am just going to quickly kind of scan the back side of my blanket. I'll always make sure that, yes, I count my rows to make sure I still have 22 loops, but I also really like to make sure that I don't skip anything and everything looks great as I go through my blanket, because the worst thing you could do is like finish a blanket and then realize that you've messed up somehow, you joined a loop or something. I don't know. I did that one time with one of my blankets, and since then, I am so particular about making sure that I don't do that again. So it's just an extra safety measure as you're going through your blanket. Now we are going to go into rows 21 and 22 with a regular knit. So we flip the blanket over and we are going to do that. Make sure that the working yarn goes behind that loop as you go into row 21, just to make sure that we are, doing that stitch correctly. So this is what the purl stitch looks like repeated multiple times in this blanket. It gives that raised looks on those little color blocks. And it's fairly simple to make and incorporate in your designs in the blanket. And this is the back side of the blanket, so you'll kinda see that there's a little design on this side too for anyone who might like this side better than what you would consider the, normal side. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this tutorial. I hope that it helps you while you're trying to make your own chunky knit blanket. Now, if you watch this video all the way through, I always like to have an emoji in the comment section, so please leave a blue heart. Again, if you want to make this exact blanket, go check out my full in-depth tutorial.